What state does one attain benefits now? What state will he attain if he eliminates Swachand, the greatest flaw, by taking refuge of a Pratyak Sadguru and no other means now we want to try? Does anyone want to try it? No. So by taking refuge of Pratyak Sadguru, with that motive of destroying Swachand, if you put in the right effort and if you eliminate, what state will you achieve in living in accordance with his intent, Ashay? This is explained in verse 17.
स्वच्छंद मत आग्रह तजी वरते सद्गुरु लक्ष समकित तेने भाकियों कारण गणी प्रत्यक्ष.
Short meaning. The person who follows the preachings of the enlightened mentor and gives up Swachand, etc. etc. Why? Because three things are written in the verse: Swachand, Mat, and Agra. Three things I need to explain. So, the person who follows the preachings of the enlightened mentor and gives up Swachand in supporting his wrong views, if he doesn't support his wrong views, he is said to have samkit. He doesn't say it will lead to samkit. He will attain samkit, which is the right belief. Right belief. As this is known to be the direct or the obvious cause for Samyak Darshan. So the second line needs a little explanation. First line, it will be more like a summary or revision. One thing is really, really very clear. What else but ego and its attendants? Ena sathiyo, ena sevako, ego na sevako. Ego na pan attendance hoye. Like ego na attendance. Desires, attachment, etc. Ego and all those who support the ego, your desires, your attachments, etc. So the ego and the attendance of ego must be removed if you want to attain self-realization. That is very, very clear. So before we start understanding the verse, this clarity is needed. You need to remove the obsessive and the all-consuming I. All-consuming, right? Because it's all because of I and I want. Ego and egocentric desires. Ego, this is the right thing I need now. Your ego, and then, so I want it. Egocentric desires. All consuming. All your energies are getting wasted in this. Swachand, self-willed behavior or attitude. Mat. Mat means your opinions and sticking to that opinion. So, mat actually means one's opinions or viewpoints. Agra, sticking, holding onto your opinions. So, persistence and obstinacy. Obstinacy you don't know. Obstinate એટલે જીદ. Stubborn, yes. Obstinacy એટલે જિદ્દીપણું, stubbornness. Correct. This all you need to tajo. So taji, maybe it's more for girls, so taji. Giving up. You need to give up Swachand, Mat and Agra. And Varte Sadguru Laksh. And what else you need to do? This is the negative part. What is the positive part? Strictly obey the guidance of a true Guru. Swachan mat agrat taji. Varte Sadguru Laksh. Same thing, positively, negatively. This is all you need to give up, and this you need to follow. What? Sadguru Laksh. So say Sadguru intent, Laksha, or Sadguru Agna. You need to follow. Everything is very simple, no? Now? And if this feeling you have that I believe my Sadguru is right, that is my faith. I want to act according to his guidance, that is my love. And whatever comes in the way, I will surrender to my Guru's Agna and I will give it up, your surrendership. If you are having these feelings, you might have not progressed so much, but at least these feelings are very strong in you. That is called Samket. He is not saying that will lead to Samket. He is saying Samkit tene bhakyu. Bhagwan kidu ke then you are a Samkiti. You are the one who is having Samkit. Why? Karan Gani Pratyaksh. So that I will explain. Karan Gani, knowing that it is the obvious cause of the direct experience of the self. Is a direct cause of self-realization. I will explain that. So one thing is very clear, we need to remove ego and egocentric desires. So all the attendants of ego, like desires, attachments, lust, etc., we need to remove. That is very clear because they make you obsessive, they consume all your energies. So one has to remove that if he wants to progress on the spiritual path. It's very clear. And look at reality through your Guru's eyes as he guides. You are seeing reality according to your swachan. And that is creating all the impure feelings in you, like anger, greed, deceit, krodhman, maya, lobh. It's because you are seeing reality as blinded with swachan. Okay? That is why this. So you need to see reality through the Guru's eyes as the Guru guides, as the Guru directs you. Then and then only you can attain self-realization or liberation, not if you work according to your imagination. Many a times you will be tempted to do that. To see, staying aligned with someone, though that someone is God or Guru, is not a very easy job. Not at all an easy job. Being a leader is very easy. Being a follower, if I say, follow my car, you need to be focused, and in remaining focused, you become stressed. ये क्या गई पहली लाल गाड़ी क्या गई? वचमा ट्रक आवी गई, a lorry आवी गई, and I've lost sight of it. So to be a follower, you need to be so focused. What words did he use? What did he mean? You need to know. If I'm a leader, I have to make a decision. Change leader, change Raman, apne game. So you said games, but you didn't play change leader, change. That's a very tough game, you know. If I'm a leader, I have to just change. The moment that person is looking that way, I change my actions. We played that in France, you know, with all the London Mumukshus and Antwerp Mumukshus many years back, maybe 2010, 2020, during the Pratishtha of Antwerp. So we had one day, and a lot of youth had come from London. And we had one day, the Pratishtha was over, but I was supposed to fly after 2-3 days or so. So we all went to France, Lille, what is it? Lille or something, I don't know. French no બધું મને બોલતા ના આવડે. Maulik ji can guide me. He was good at French then, and once you know French, you always know French. So how do you pronounce it? Lille. A person doing French for 3 years, if he's going to say proper noun છે એટલે તો કાંઈ બી તો We are both same. So whatever. So in Lille, we were singing dhun on the streets of France, of that city. Anyone recollects which? Yes? કોઈ હાથ તો ઊંચો કર્યો. Yes, I am a peaceful soul, I am a powerful soul. The whole 50, 60, 100 people we had gone and the rasta par gaya kare, I am a peaceful soul, and the whole of France is looking at us. Suddenly media ne kai samachar મળ્યા હશે કે શું, so we were playing change leader change in some place and media આવી ગઈ and we were in the newspapers next day. A group of spiritual aspirants had visited the town અને બોલો આવું આપણે કંઈ બોલાવ્યા નહોતા મીડિયાને. આપણે આવડે ફ્રેન્ચ આવડે તો બોલાવીએ ને. So that time we were playing change leader. I had a different reason to play that game there. Whatever, forget that. Change leader change માં જે leader is most relaxed. એને શું કરવાનું છે, પેલો જે ડેન આપતો હોય એ થોડો આમ જો એટલે એને ચેન્જ કરી દેવાની એક્શન. But the followers are so stressed, especially when the person giving the den is looking at you and you have to change that action according to the leader within 10 seconds and not get caught. You know the game, no? Rushabh, you were there that time. You remember or you don't remember? So what was the time when you were playing this? Yeah, almost lunchtime, correct. After taking a breakfast in Antwerp, we had gone there. Lunch જેવું તો હોય જ નહીં when we are with you people. You know, you just give 2 kela vada and say, this is the lunch. Or maybe 1 apple. એક apple ને એક orange આપે અને આટલી કંઈ ઘાસ બાસ આપે થોડું. And they say, this is a lunch box. Where is the kheer? Where is the samosa? So we need all that for lunch. Huh? A sandwich or an apple is no lunch. That we have after lunch. So mind you, Pradeepa and all, when you take us to a retreat, proper badu dal makhani and all, paneer and all, that is called lunch, okay? You always serve us that. And then we want some time to sleep also. That they don't give. સીધું કે હવે ઉદ્ઘોષ કેટલા વાગે છે? હજી તો ઇસોફેગસમાં છે ફૂડ. But they are really wonderful seekers, really wonderful seekers. I think in 2-3 days they take so much love, and whole year they have to sustain by that. No. So the question was, by your imagination it is impossible to attain. It's only by the guidance of a Pratyak Sadguru. Now this is very, very clear. So that's not repeated in the verse. I just summarized what we did in the last verse in my explanation. Now we go to the first line of the verse. Swachand mat agra. The problem till you have swachand, the necessary or the essential reverence, humility, vinay, reverence, respect you need for a Sadguru is not there. Your noisy mind, પણ મને તો આમ ઠીક લાગે છે, તો ડોબા ભમતો રહે સંસારમાં. એવો માર્ગ વિનય તનો ભાગ્યો શ્રી વિતરાગ. This much humility and this much reverence for a guru or a Satpurush is essential. Every time your noisy mind will speak anything, you should know what to give importance, to your personal views or to the Guru's intent. So, because you have a lot of swachand in you, you will never feel so much of humility or so much of reverence for a Sadguru. So everything what follows will not happen in your life. Prem, Shraddha, Arpanta, surrendering, all this will not, all good things of the spiritual world or spiritual life will not occur in your heart. So he wants to say, let me explain it by 3 words. Swachand, Mat and Agra. 3 things. We'll go fast. Swachand, self-willed behavior, or sometimes we don't have guts to go against him. Only an idiot has such guts. But that attitude is there in us. If we were allowed to decide on our own, I would have decided this. So that attitude is yet there. That behavior is not there. But that attitude is yet there. That choices are yet there. So we are using the word self-willed behavior or attitude for Swachand. And I think that's enough. Mat. Mat exactly means your views or your viewpoints. But over here it would mean holding on to your viewpoints. Because it's used in a negative sense. That's why holding on, sticking to your viewpoints. And Agra, insisting on your viewpoints. You want to convince other also that what I'm thinking and what I'm spoke and what I do is the right thing. This is Agra. Mat is easy to cancel. Agra is impossible to cancel. 100 lectures will also not cancel your Agra. Nothing will touch you. I said you are just warming up the seats, nothing else. You are wasting your punya, nothing else, because of your Agra. Persistence, obstinacy. Jiddi che ekdam. Stubborn. Then it can be because of anger, because of ego, because of greed, because of deceit, any type of anantanubandhi. It can be anything. So you understood the 3 words. Swachand, self-willed behavior. Mat, importance of your viewpoints. Let's say importance, let's not say holding, because holding comes in the next. Agra. So importance to your viewpoints, over importance to your viewpoints. You don't want to see the other's viewpoint at all. You don't want to balance it out. So the kashai, so the anger. And third, Agra means, let's learn a new word, no? Obstinate banu, obstinacy, stubbornness, holding on, sticking to anything. So it's very clear, because of these 3, Swachand, Mat and Agra, you have caused immense harm to your spiritual welfare. Atma Kalyan Mate, you have caused immense harm by Swachand. 3 words you learned today. Swachand, Mat and Agra. Because of that, you have caused immense harm. So you need to give up these 3 to proceed on the path and achieve self-realization. So what should you be doing? Tajo. Taji ke tajo. For you tajo and for you taji. So taji, give up, renounce, surrender your Swachand, Mat, Agra. Even if you don't totally understand, but try to understand. If it's opposing a Sadguru's will or Agna, so learn to first surrender. You must understand and surrender, but surrendering is must. Taji and varte Sadguru. Stop your stupid mind, your foolish mind, your immature mind, and direct it varte according to Sadguru Laksh. Direct it. If you want to soften your heart, if you want to melt your ego, if you want to see your Swachand or ego declining, diminishing at least, Varte Sadguru Laksh. Act according to Guru's Agna with pure love and unwavering faith. Pure love, unwavering faith. Prabhu has used these words, Achal Prem and Samyaka Pratiti. With Prem he has used achal. And for pratiti means shraddha, he has used samyak, right faith, unwavering love. Anything. If one resolves to live according to Guru's agna always, this state of yours the omniscient Lord calls this state of yours as samkit. Right belief, right perception, samyak darshan, samkit. See the second line. Samkit tene bhakyu. Bhakyu, kone bhakyu? Bhagwane, who is sarvagna, omniscient, who knows everything. Omniscient. Who is vitrag, dispassionate, totally. Eva faultless nirdosh Bhagwane, asthiti ne, this state of feelings of in you of love, faith and surrendership, he has called it samkit. And why has he called him samkit is explained in the last part of the second line, karana gani pratyaks. I need to explain this in 5 minutes and we are done. But what is this state? Who is in love with a Sadguru? With faith? Many times, you don't feel aligned, but that feeling is always there that he's always right and I need to change my thinking. So that faith, okay, and trying the best for surrendership. But surrender, I want to surrender. Then you have attained samkit. And if you laugh, means you don't believe Kripaludev. If you clap, you do believe in him. Chalo, first positive thing in this whole yagna, first positive thing I found in myself. And now in that last part, he is going to explain why does Bhagwan call it samkit. You have not yet attained self-realization and still you want to be samkiti. So you say, no, we don't want to, but God is saying that this is samkit. The Lord himself is bhakoing that this is samkit. We are not saying, we are saying we are ignorant fools and nothing else. But the Lord is saying if you are entertaining, if you are harboring such feelings for a Sadguru, then you are a samkiti. A person having samkiti is called samkiti. You have attained samyak darshan. So this you need to understand. In 5 minutes you will understand it all very, very clearly. So the last 3 words is karana. Karan means cause. Gani, pratyaksh. I'll explain this. So there are 2 types of samkit. You need to know this, Vyavhar samkit and Nischay samkit. I'll be explaining both. So just write VS, don't write the whole thing, Vyavhar samkit and all. Just write VS. What is VS? Yeah, but what is it? Dentist, you are tired? What is VS? Faith in a Sadguru. VS, Vyavhar samkit, is, I'm not going to give you another word for Vyavhar and Nischay right now. I don't want to make it very difficult. Vyavhar samkit is equal to faith in a Sadguru. Nischay samkit, NS, is faith in the self because of the direct experience of the self. Faith in the self, not because the Sadguru is saying, but faith in the self because of experience. Direct experience, nirvikalp, a no-mind state. You experience yourself. So all of you are samkitis, right? You all, So you all are experiencing yourself, right? No? Then how are you samkitis? Faith in Sadguru you have, no? So that is VS, no? Not NS. Okay, you are just making us happy, but we know NS is actual Samkit. Actual Samkit is NS, Nishchay Samkit. What Vevar Samkit? Vevar Samkit. No, that is the immediate and obvious cause of NS. VS is the obvious, direct, immediate cause of NS. So in logic, when we study logic, sometimes we have to place the effect in the cause and call the cause as an effect only. If you are having a cause, means effect. If you have sowed a seed, you can just start counting the fruits only. Because very soon it's going to grow. And so this is the cause, the VS is the cause, NS is the effect. But if you have this, you are sooner or later this is going to come. So why make it VS and NS? Why do you want to do all this? Cancel it. Let's keep it Samkit only. Now see the verse. Samkit tene bhakyu. See, Kripa is very simple and all. He does not go into that VS and NS things. He doesn't make it too long. He wants to finish 142 in 1.5. So he won't make it too long. He will say, Samkit tene bhakyu. Bhagwan ene samkit kayu. You know why? VS, NS, whatever you understand. Karan gani pratyaks, because this is the immediate cause of, VS is the immediate cause of NS. The obvious cause, the direct cause of this. So when the cause is there, the effect has to come sooner or later. So it doesn't matter, aje thayu ke 2-5-25 bhave thayu. But if this is there, if you are going to harbor these feelings of love, faith and surrendership, so put a date. You are surely going to experience yourself, and the faith in the self, after experiencing the self, direct experience, that faith is called NS. And the faith in a Sadguru and his Agna is called VS. So I'm not differentiating between VS and NS, though I'm knowing that VS is just the cause of NS, but it is the obvious cause, and if this is present in you, means this is bound to come. So if this is present, I'm going to call that Samkit. That's it. So this verse 17, if you see in satsangs, I used to ask Apurvaji, Samkit ni peli kai gatha chhe? And he would say 17. The VS. NS ni kai gatha chhe? 110. Will come in July also. May. In the month of May or June. June. In June we'll come to 110. That is NS gatha. Keval Nanni? 130. VS? NS? Keval Nan? Oh, he has everything in that. That's why I said it's an encyclopedia of spirituality. Right now, we can just afford to come to this level of faith and love and surrendership, something with what we can relate. So what is that called, Bhagwan? Samkit. Samkit tene bhakyu karan gani pratyaks, placing the effect in the cause. The omniscient, dispassionate Jineshwar Bhagwan has called it Samkit, and we end here. We sing the verse again to see if we have understood it all.
स्वच्छंद मत आग्रह तजी वरते सद्गुरु लक्ष्य समकित तेने भाखियों कारण गणी प्रत्यक्ष